Hello and welcome, guys. Thank you for joining me again for another edition of Facebook Live. It is indeed a pleasure to be here with you. Also, I want to give thanks for those that join me on the replay from SoundCloud and or our YouTube channel. By the way, if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead and find us on YouTube at CWF Organization and subscribe to our channel. And that way, if you miss a night of Facebook Lives here with us, you can catch it on demand in the replay. Guys, it is one of those days. It's one of those days to where I feel like I've gotten so much done, but yet so much more that needs to be done. So if you're a grounder, you kind of know what I mean. The more we get done, the more we know that needs to be done. And we begin to think ahead at all the plans and things that we need to start putting in place for the future. And so that is kind of where our subject comes tonight. Our subject tonight is, what is your plan for next? What is your plan for next? So regardless of what you have going on, guys, you should be thinking long term. And I know that we've talked about forward thinking before, and I just want to come back and revisit that. We should be thinking long term. So you should have a plan or be thinking about what's next. So if you're joining me here tonight, I appreciate you. Go ahead and like and share this video. I always like for those that are on your timeline can join in the discussions with us, and also you help to empower them as you empower yourself. And that's what really this is all about. It's all about connecting, learning, and sharing. Because when I do better, I want everything connected to me to do better as well. And the only way we do that is that when we come into knowledge or when we find something that we enjoy, is to share it with those that are connected to us. So again, tonight, what is your plan for next? Because truly, if you're thinking just today and having to make it today and focus so much on today, you're limiting yourself. So we have to think long term. What about tomorrow? What about next week? What about next month? What about next year? Guys, we have to be forward thinking, not just stuck on the conditions today, because whatever is consumed in today, it's going to take care of itself just like it did yesterday and the days past. Our needs are going to be met. I know that my Lord and Savior is concerned about me. And I know if he took care of me in my foolish years when I didn't even know how to tend to myself, I certainly know that moving forward, he has my back. Because if you're like me, you've had some trials. If you like me, you've seen some times where you just knew you wasn't going to make it out of that particular situation. But look at us, guys. We're still here. So being that we're still here, we have a purpose. And our purpose is to live this life in abundance. So we have to plan. We have to focus on what our purpose is and be moving in that direction. We move in the direction of the things that we keep in front of us. So that is why we're always thinking about next. What's next? I want to post a question for you. What is next for you? Because what's next for you may look a little bit different than what's next for me. But guys, we know that there is a next. As long as we got breath in this body, as long as we got a mind that can think and to make decisions and to find a problem to solve, there is a next. And somebody needs the answers that you're holding. Somebody needs that vision that you're sitting on. So it's time to think about what's next. What's that big idea that you have? What's next that you need to do to put that ideal into action so that we can see what has been hidden inside of you? You guys are such a blessing to me. And sometimes I share how frightening it was for me to sit here in this chair and sit and talk to you every night. Well, guess what? There was a next, and then there was a next, and then there was a next. And so every time I make the decision to come here and sit in this chair and sit in front of this computer and talk to you, it gets just a little bit better. It just gets a little bit easier. I just get just a little more excited because I'm thinking about what's next. There's going to be a time that I'm going to move from this platform to another platform, but I'm thinking about the next. I have to plan. When I reach one goal, I have to set another goal to replace it. So it's important. So if you haven't sit to think about what you're going to do next, or how that program that you're working on can be just a little bit better, or how you can just reach a little bit more people, or how you can make just a little greater impact, then that is where I want you to get your mind focused, guys. We should never want to stay on the same level doing the same things and never giving any input to make things better. We should always be thinking on a higher level. How can we improve what we're already doing to make such a great impact? Because believe me, whatever it is that you do, you can make it better. And all it takes is just forward thinking and making those plans and putting it into action. Because it's a lot of us start out with a plan, but not too many of us want to move past just a plan, just a thought. So sometimes when we get that plan and we get that thought, we just want to sit there because sitting there is comfortable, right? So don't you know that your opposers don't care if you sit there. They don't care if you have an idea. Your opposers come alive when you begin to make that move, when you get to thinking about next, when you get to thinking about long term. That's when everything begins to hit you. If you think that me sitting here in this chair and talking to you every night has been without its share of opposition, I can tell you that you're wrong. You wouldn't believe the oppositions that come up against me every day. Every day I'm faced with challenges. Every day I'm faced with things that tries to attack my mind. Every day I'm faced with things that sometimes just make me want to just not necessarily throw in a towel, but it gets me to where sometimes I'm just frustrated and I say, what's the use? But guess what? I overcome every night. I continue to commit myself to the vision and to the platform that I've set out to do. And you are what keep me accountable. You that come here every night and you sit here on this platform with me and you encourage me and you give me those words, and some of you even text my phone or talk to me on the phone. That is what encourages me to keep doing what I have to do or what I know I am purposed to do, because I know what my plan for next is. My plan for next, this here that I do, it helped prepare me for my next. It's all connected. I remember last year in the summer of 2019 when I wrote my first book. Now, I shared many of my hardships with writing that book. One of those things is that I read and comprehend on a level of a third grader or less. So there's some things that I can comprehend on a third grade level, and there's some things that I can't. So I taught myself as a young lady to learn through audio, to take it, and I program my memory so that when I am having to answer a question or solve a problem or manipulate a problem in my schoolwork, I could see it vividly in my mind because I've heard it and I've seen it and I've kind of touched it per se, right? So I had to train my mind to do this. So I wrote that first book, mistakes and all, guys, because I wanted to prove to you that your limitations are not set in place to stop you. Now, just writing the book wasn't good enough. I had to think about the next. So in writing that book, out of that came a workshop. And out of that workshop produced a tour team that we could go around and travel and give our conferences and our workshops to other people around the states. And in that came speaking opportunities to where I could go and share my message with other people. Out of that came another book, Time to Talk. And out of that, I'm thinking about the next. What's going to come next? So just out of one idea that was put into action, created so many more streams of income. Not only that, but it helped to expand my territory. So I couldn't have done that with just thinking about the right now. Because when I wrote the book, when I released that book, and when I began to do the conferences and begin to expand my territory and desire to do bigger and better things, don't you know that life continued to happen to me? And this is where a lot of us get stuck, because a lot of us are doing things, and the minute something happens or opposition comes or life happens to us, we want to sit down and give up. Well, I got to tell you guys, you have to shift that mindset, start thinking long term, start thinking legacy, and let's get to it. There are no more excuses. Anything we don't know that we need to know, you're sitting right in front of your answer right there. You have it with you 24/7, hours a day, okay? You have it. And it will give you the answer. And sometimes you don't even have to type it in. Sometimes you got the phones and electronic devices that are so sophisticated, all you have to do is push a button and speak to it. And we love to talk. We know we love to talk. We're good at that. So push the button and speak into it and let it give you the answers that you seek to help you put your idea into action. And then start planning for the next. Because I guarantee you, if you move on that idea that you have, if you just move on it, you're going to have to plan for next, because it's waiting on you. Nothing's going to happen just sitting and waiting and clapping it for everyone else and cheering them along. It happens for you when you get up and make that first move. Take that risk, take that jump, and make it happen. Guys, I appreciate you joining me tonight. I hope that you have been encouraged tonight. I hope that you're also thinking about what it is that you're going to do to plan your next move. And don't forget, if you haven't already ordered my new book, Time to Talk, it is a good household resource just for you to purchase and keep in your household library. There's a lot of knowledge there. And I did put information in it from ages 6th grade on up to 199-year-old. I'm telling you, it's information that you need. It's information that's invaluable to you. And it only costs you $10. So go on Amazon, get that book, get it in your library, okay? Now, on Amazon now, it's available on paperback and or the Kindle format. But here by the end of May, we hope that the audio version of that book will be completed. So for those of you like me that maybe not sit down and read the pages, you can listen and get that knowledge and play it over and over again for the chapters that you need. It is a good resource book, and I know that it will bless you dearly. Appreciate you guys for joining me tonight. Meet me here again tomorrow night at 10 p.m. and you guys be blessed.